So our next presenter, Dr. Mona Tara, is a co-founder of Rosa Transformational Health. She graduated she's been to so many different places here, I don't even know where to start. She's, after a 3-year internal medicine residency and a fellowship in pulmonary critical care at the Oregon Health Science University, she practiced for 10 years, serving as the lead pulmonologist and director of the critical care unit at Portland Adventist Medical Center. Say that 10 times fast. She also served as the director of respiratory care, chair of the medicine department for 2 terms, and was a member of the executive committee and advisory board for the hospital. She completed Andrew Weil's fellowship in integrative medicine at the University of Arizona in 2002. She moved with her husband and farm to Southern Oregon in 2002, shortly after, where she served as a lead hospitalist and for many years working for both Providence and Asante. Most recently, she has served as a holistic integrative doctor in private practice, where she is also the medical director of Lovejoy Hospice. Please help me give a warm welcome to Dr. Tara.
So nice to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. I'm totally honored to be here. Thank you. So I am talking about calm today. Does anyone remember what that is? Does anyone remember when you last felt calm? For a lot of us, calm is a really elusive quality, and it's more us looking for a lack or a decrease of stress. It's a lack of feeling that craziness that we have all day long. And it's often we're putting it off. We're going to have less stress next week, next year, next job, next life, next vacation, retirement. We're always putting off when we're going to finally let go of all of that stress and be calm and in the zen of the moment that you see those people on the pictures that you have no idea what that's about. So I am going to teach you. You are going to learn in the next several minutes how to achieve a state of calm with 3 easy steps, scientifically proven to decrease your stress. And better yet, if you practice this on a daily basis, even 2 to 5 minutes, it's been shown it can change your nervous system, change your emotions, change your relationship with others, and change your life. Why wouldn't we do that? It's so cool. It's so fun. I wish I'd known how to do this when I was doing my critical care stuff. So stress, why do we want to shift stress? A lot of us know, but it affects every part of our body. For the most part, stress is activation of the fight or flight response. It served our ancestors well when we encountered a woolly mammoth, but now we aren't doing that, but we have lives that keep us under that kind of fight or flight activation. A lot of it's unnecessary, but it's things that we do and things that we're exposed to. And chronic fight or flight impacts our health negatively. It impacts our digestion. We can have chronic stomach trouble. It increases our blood pressure, impacts our heart, our emotions. It increases anxiety and depression. And note, it makes your brain shrink, and it increases the loss of brain cells. So chronic stress over time can really impair our long-term cognitive function. So why would we not want to shift that? There's a really important part of our brain called the hippocampus that is in charge of our emotions and memory, and that in particular gets really small with stress. But the good news is if we can de-stress and learn some of these techniques, it can get bigger and happier again. Your body doesn't care if you're faced with a woolly mammoth or if you're stuck in traffic. It's the very same pathophysiologic response. Stress can make smart people do stupid things. This is also the slide for like the pathophysiology of politics, right? But importantly, stress and emotions go together. So when we have stress, we have negative emotions, and those manifest as frustration, resentment, overwhelm, anger. We don't interact with our friends and family or co-workers as well. So it's really important that we try to shift that because it changes how we are in the world. And when we have chronic stress like we do in our society, we become numb to that stress, and we get so we don't even feel that we're having stress any longer. And in fact, we start seeking more stress because a little bit of stress gives us that little bit of spark sometimes. So we go and we're stressed, so we're going to de-stress, and we're going to sit in front of the TV and we turn on CNN or Fox News. Actually, faster than what I'm going to tell you is turn off your TV. The fastest way to stop stress: don't watch the news, don't watch TV, get outside. That's like the fastest thing to do. And it's so easy. Shoot your TV, that's a real thing. So we get numb to our stress, but also chronic stress makes us numb to all emotion. We are not able to experience and give love as easily. We can't experience and give compassion and forgiveness. All these are great reasons to seek for something else. We actually can control our stress. Yay! And the best thing is to learn to handle it in the moment, but that's also the hardest because who is in charge of you? Right? You're driving, who's in charge of your thinking? How things pop into our heads, we're minding our own business, and we start getting these crazy thoughts that then lead us down this road of stress, and then it just like gets in this perpetual motion and vortex, and we can't bail ourselves out. So it's important for us to start being in charge of ourselves and paying attention to our thoughts and paying attention to our stress. And with this heart math intervention that I'm going to show you, we can learn to do that really easily. It just takes a little practice. It's called heart coherence, and it's actually, coherence is a scientific term for calm that we can measure. So I talked about stress will often manifest with negative emotions, frustration, anger, resentment, those things that make it difficult for us to be in our life. So heart wave coherence looks at something called heart rate variability. And when we have a lot of stress as manifests with negative emotion, our heart form gets chaotic. So at the top of the screen there is a tracing that we will see if someone is frustrated or angry. And you can see a chaotic response there. But when we shift to a positive feeling emotion, then that heart rate variability becomes less chaotic and smooth. And that's what y'all are going to learn to do. Okay, so we got a hapless volunteer. Thank you. So she is set up to the heart rate variability monitor. And you can see, if you remember from that last slide, the top red showed this really squiggly line. And so hers it's enlarged because it's on the screen, but she's not in coherence. I asked her to think of something that made her feel anxious, and she's doing a really good job. So she's not in coherence at all. And we're all going to get into coherence together. So I'd ask everyone to, if you can, put both feet on the floor, uncross your arms, uncross your legs, settle in your chair and relax. And you can see, I hope, to the right of that graph is a monitor that says breathe, and it's going up and down. And I'd like you all to start focusing on that. And so Amrita's going to be doing this with us. So what I'd like you to do is center your attention in your chest, in your heart area. Just take your focus down into your heart area. And then I want you to start slowly breathing in that space. Start visioning your breath moving in and out of your heart. And if you can see this as the scale goes up, look, she's doing it and it's already changing. It's already shifting her coherence. So you Your breath goes up slowly and gently. You fill up your lungs all the way, and then slowly exhale back down. And you can just follow that pattern. And she's like exhibiting it beautifully. And then the piece de resistance, what really makes this effective is, as you're doing that heart-centered breathing, is you picture something for which you hold love or gratitude. And especially gratitude and appreciation can totally shift our sympathetic nervous system response and can down-regulate that fight or flight. And it can totally shift us out of that crazy stress that impacts our bodies. So the three things are attention in your chest, in your heart. You breathe slowly in and out through your heart space. And then you think of gratitude, appreciation, things that you love. And I always picture like petting my dog, and I can immediately go into coherence. Some people find it's a little easier to picture yourself at the ocean or sitting in the redwoods or just something that is really calming to you, picturing someone or something that you love. And those are the three steps that can completely take us out of stress. HeartMath has some gadgets that we can use on a daily basis. And this is so awesome because a lot of people talk about they can't meditate because they can't sit down and they have to be doing something, and that's just part of their craziness. But this is really good, a meditation type practice for people who feel like they have to do something because you're breathing, you're watching the monitor, and you can slip into that state, and it's really elegant. You can see the huge difference. The big glips here are some artifacts. But the beauty of being in this state of calm is it opens us to love and compassion and forgiveness. And I truly believe that love heals and compassion heals and forgiveness heals. That's why we're here. Thank you for your attention. Okay. Thank you.
Can I just have one second? So one thing that I and correct me if I'm wrong, but as I'm sitting here thinking, as you're going through this, is I know for myself that my brain is always going, and I'm sure your brain is too. We always have this self chatter.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're driving or you're sitting or you're in the grocery store or you're in the shower, your brain is always going. And really being cognizant, I think what I'm hearing you say is being cognizant of that thought and the thought stream that you're having and realizing, and to me that seemed pretty pronounced, how quickly that shifted on there.
It's really cool. We call them ant-killing automatic negative thoughts because they're just like show up in our brains. And we just, once we notice, sometimes we just like let it go. But once we start drawing attention to what's going on in our brains, we can start shifting it. And if we say something negative, shift it to something positive. And it can like make us such a huge difference.
Well, the thing that I loved is that that's a baby step.
Yes.
That's. I mean, you see how fast and how easy that was in terms of reducing I mean, to me, that was awesome to be able to see
really
that.
cool.
Are we cutting you off, or do you still have more to go?
No, we're
or is
done.
that good?
That's good.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.